Well, I got to tell you about the Larry thing because
he didn't look happy in the picture.
He was miserable. I was miserable. It was bad. It was like a hostage situation.
Damn it.
I'd rather be waterboarded than go through that again.
Because he knew his agent was like, this guy demands you meet. This is like a thing he would hate.
Yes.
This is like a curb.
It's a curb app.
Like he has to.
Yes.
He has to shake your hand and take a photo.
Exactly.
And in the curb app, you'd be like played by someone. You'd be played by like Alex Edelman or something.
Yeah, exactly. So just long story short, I'm doing the Chicago theater. He goes. Berkowitz goes, hey, Larry wants to do it that night. Can he have the 5 o'clock slot? You move your show from 7 to 8 just to give a little more breathing room. And I said, no problem, but I get to meet him. And he said, yeah, no problem. That's easy.
And this is my agent, by the way.
Yes.
And this is like, he's a bulldog, but I can imagine he did not enjoy delivering this news to Larry David.
I can imagine, too, because I don't think he ever did. Larry was in the dark.
He didn't know about it?
That's why this was so awkward.
That's why he's a good agent. He just made it happen.
So here's the rundown. So Larry, his guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he's on WME. He's on your team.
Yeah.
He's Larry's point man.
Okay.
I'm not going to say his name because I'm about to fuck this guy right in the ass.
I know who it is already.
Okay.
I think.
So I'm in Chicago. Me and DeVito are out at a lunch spot having coffee, talking comedy. We're having a great time. Yes. Anthony DeVito, look him up.
One of the best.
One of the best. Just that.
So funny.
So funny. And just walking around that downtown Chicago. We're in Kalamazoo the night before, no offense. So it was like quite an upgrade. The river going through, the Lake Michigan, the Sears
That would be
Tower.
funny if someone in Kalamazoo is like, what? Chicago's, they don't know. They're like, no, Kalamazoo is fucking cool, dude.
Yeah. The theater wasn't bad, but as a town, it's,
No, Chicago is top 5 in the States. Chicago's
easily.
You got the water. It's fucking. I love New York, but it's affordable.
Yeah, true.
It's gorgeous. The architecture's insane. The food is great. It's a top tier city.
Yes,
through and through.
Millennial Mile, the park, the Bean.
Yeah,
and I'm a Ferris Bueller nut, so I'm just going. Yes. Oh yeah, bump,
twist
bump.
and shout.
Yeah. So Larry's guys hit me up, and he's going, hey, the show's at 5. You might want to come early, meet him before the show. And I go, oh, well, we're out at lunch. I still got to go shower. I was planning on coming to the show.
They're already fucking you.
Exactly. And he's like, well, he's going to want to leave right after his show. And I'm like, I'm out. They told me after, so I had planned on after, and now you're trying to switch it up on me. He's like, you might not be able to do it after. I'd come before. And I'm like, I'll never make it. I got to go home and shower and get my outfit on and the whole thing.
This is fucked up.
It's fucked up. So I'm like, I put my foot down. I'm like, hey, fuck you. We agreed to this. I moved
Got
the
him
time.
on the phone?
Well, I'm texting. I'm like, hey, we agreed to this. And he's like, all right, we'll see. Give me the we'll see. And I'm like, what was all this? What was all the agreement?
This is fucking Peeve City all over it.
So his show's at 5, so I show up at 5:30 because I want to see the show. He's doing an evening with Larry David. It's him and Susie Essman on stage. It was really funny.
Oh, that's cool.
Super cool. Q&A. Larry's up on his feet telling stories. One guy goes, Larry, did you keep anything from the Seinfeld set? And he was like, yeah, I kept some stuff from the diner. And he goes, no, that's boring. Give me some real dirt. And Larry goes, boring? Fuck you. Fuck you. And he's up on his feet. You call me boring? He does that whole thing. And it was great. And then after the show, they whisk Larry off into the green room, and I'm like, this is it. So Larry's guy comes and grabs me, and he goes, let's do it. And he looks annoyed at me, like, let's get this over with. And I'm like, why am I the bad guy? But whatever. So we get to Larry's green room.
Did he have any idea who you were?
No idea.
So he didn't know you were doing the show after him?
Nothing.
You could just be some dipshit roaming the halls.
Yes, exactly. And I got that weird thing on my arm. He probably thought I had cancer or something, and I just got a blood infusion because that was from the IVs.
That's why I travel with Vito. People are like, he might have cancer.
He's bald.
He's bald. He's got the thin eyebrows. It could be.
So Larry's in the green room, that green room with 12 people, old people. His daughter's in there. He's got family in there. And they're all like, great show. Good to see you. And he's like, I haven't seen you since New York City in 1971. He's talking to all these people.
Fuck.
And his point guy is looking at me. I'm standing outside the green room like this. And he goes, we got to do it now. We got to do it now. If we don't do it now, it'll never happen. I'm like,
Secret Service. They're like, the eagle is landing.
Yes, exactly. Meanwhile, I'm at my hotel room showering, like, me and Larry are going to talk about stand-up. We're going to talk about opening for Jerry. We're going to talk about the Dodgers. We're going to talk about New York. I'm going to talk about the show. He's going to get me in a headlock. He's going to noogie me. We're going to kiss. I have all these fantasies. I thought about asking for a guest set. Like, what kind of crazy world am I living
for
in?
your show. He's like, I should bring back Curb. This guy could be my new wacky neighbor.
Yes, I fuck his daughter. I thought all kinds of stuff was going to happen. So I'm outside the green room, and he's like, let's do it now. And I'm like, give him a minute. He's talking to some old guy, their old friend. Give him a minute. And he's like, it's now or never. And I'm like, all right, fine. And this pimple, this twerp, he goes, hey, Larry, sorry to interrupt. This guy wants to meet you. And Larry's like, okay. And I just come in.
This guy is rough.
How about he's doing the show next to you after you? It's sold out. How about he's a stand-up comedian? How about he opens for Jerry? How about he moved his time for you? Give me some context, you queef. You killed me.
This is rough. And did you see the agent afterwards? Was he in there?
Well, who?
The guy who fucked you over.
He was the one going, we got to do it now.
Oh,
That's
I thought
him.
It was just a security guy. Okay.
Oh, no. This is his point guy, his assistant or whatever you want to call it, his representation.
That's rough.
So Larry's like, okay, he just stood there, no handshake. And I had all these things to say. I froze because I felt so uncomfortable. I went blank and I go, great show. And he goes, yeah. And they took the photo and I left. And DeVito was like, woo, that was brutal. DeVito thought he would meet him too. I mean, we thought this would be a lot more casual and fun.
Damn.
It was rough.
You got to text my agent.
I'm going to let him know. I hope he hears. Send him this clip.
Send it to him.
Because that kid fucked me right in the ass. Larry had no idea. He thought my dad owned the theater or something, I assume. And I went back to my green room and shed a tear.
The difference in expression is,
yes!
Like, look at Mark. He's still trying. He's like, maybe I could fake my way through the picture.
Yeah.
He's giving the little finger bang. Larry just looks like he ate like something sour. Like he had some expired milk or something. He's just
He had no idea what that was. And the whole thing lasted about 4 seconds. Photo got out, and he was like, the agent guy was like, all right, see you later. We did it. And I was like, you fucking chooch.
I think in the Curbed episode, you're Larry.
No.
I need a signed contract for a handshake. I got to meet. This is a very Larry thing to do.
No, but Larry's the guy who's there's like the episodes where Larry has to write the recommendation. Like Larry's the guy who's always
He's put out.
Okay, so Larry's not being put out here.
No,
he's real Larry.
He's hanging out with people I haven't seen in years, and some guy he doesn't know.
Right.
I mean, this could be a Curb, but from someone else's perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And I got to tell you, it ruined my set a little bit because I was so like in my head about it. But whatever, we got the photo. When he dies, I'll change the story, and I'll be like, we had a great time, and I opened for him and all that. So then
that's what DeVito's dad was whacked by the mob, and he's like, that's the worst thing I've ever seen.
That's true. Yeah, DeVito wanted to meet him too. I mean, we thought it was going to be like an easy going, like, hey, Larry, nice to meet you. Great show. We're on after you. Big fan, yada yada.
That's a good picture. Look at that. Jerry's looking serious too.
Oh yeah, these guys are getting old.
Did you tell Jerry?
I told him I met him, and I didn't unload the whole thing on him because we were like in the wings.
Are they still close or no?
Oh yeah, they talk all the time, and he loves Larry.
Then the next Curb is like Mark then meets him again, has to pretend he never met him, and Larry's like, where do I know you from?
Yes.
That's the next.
I met him at Schumer's wedding. I was going to bring that up. I mean, I had so many things to go to, and it all went to hell.
Damn, you have all these reference points.
Yeah, it just shows you reality is unbeatable. Like, you have all this fantasy in your head, but reality is what reality is, and it's not going to change.
Yeah.
You can't beat it, but...
Sorry, dude.
But
you know what? Here's the thing about being a comic. Even when something like that happens, you get a story.
I got a story out of it, totally.
That's the beautiful thing. You either meet your hero and you have a great time, or you get a story.
Yes, and at least Larry is still cool in my eyes. The other guy I hate. It's not like, well, you can't meet your heroes. No, you can't meet their agents. That's the takeaway. So
they take 10% of your money and 90% of your joy.
Yes, you're all right.
You're all right.